we are ready now.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Katham no Dvarakadina,
Katam no Dvarakadina.
Dvaraki Vaparayanaha,
Dvaraki Vaparayana.
Vartishante Mai Gate,
Vartishante Mai Gate.
Bhinna Nav Ivo Dadho,
Binna Vivo Dadho.
Katham no Dvarakadina,
Katam no Dvarakadina.
Dvaraki Vaparayanaha,
Dvarakira Vaparayana.
Vartishante Mai Gate,
Vartishante Mai Gate.
Bhinna Nav Ivo Dadho,
Binna Navivo Dadho.
Katham, how? No, indeed. Dvarakaha, sons. Dinaha, poors. Dvaraki, daughters. Va, or Aparayanaha, having no one else to depend upon. Vardhi Shante, will live. Mai, when I. Gate, gone from this world. Bhinna, broken. Nabha, boat. Iva, like Udadho, ocean. King Puranjana continued worrying, after I pass from this world, how will my sons and daughters, who are now fully dependent upon me, live and continue their life? The position is similar to that of a passenger aboard a ship wrecked in the midst of the ocean. Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. At the time of death, every living entity worries about what will happen to his wife and children. Similarly, a politician also worries about what will happen to his country or his political party. Unless one is fully Krishna conscious, he has to accept a body in the next life according to his particular state of consciousness. Since Puranjana is thinking of his wife and children and is overly engrossed in thoughts of his wife, he will accept the body of a woman. Similarly, a politician or so-called nationalist who is inordinately attached to the land of his birth will certainly be reborn in the same land after ending his political career. One's next life will also be affected by the acts one performs during this life. Sometimes, politicians act more sinfully for their own sense gratification. It is not unusual for a politician to kill the opposing party. Even though a politician may be allowed to take birth in his so-called homeland, he still has to undergo suffering due to his sinful activities in his previous life. This science of transmigration is completely unknown to modern scientists. So-called scientists do not like to bother with these things because if they would at all consider this subtle subject matter and the problems of life, they would see that their future is very dark. Thus, they try to avoid considering the future and continue committing all kinds of sinful activities in the name of social, political and national necessity. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Katam no Darakadina Daraki Vaparayanaha
Daraki Varparayana
Vartishante Mahingate
Vartishante Maigate
Anubodhadao.
Vinayodata.
King Puranjana continued worrying, after I pass from this world, how will my sons and daughters who are now fully dependent upon me live and continue their lives? The position is similar to that of the passengers aboard a ship wrecked in the midst of the ocean. So we can see the position of Puranjana depicting. Actually, Narada is talking to Prachina Parishad. But directly if you tell somebody you are very attached, this, that, nobody likes to hear. Yeah? As a normal gentleman routine, we don't tell somebody's faults in his face. Correct? We don't tell. He gets hurt. Everybody has faults, but don't tell him on it. It hurts him. Why you want to tell? So Narada, when he wants to instruct, but he is the Acharya, he is the Jagat Guru. So he is instructing him through an allegorical story. And seeing that story, we can understand there is a message for me. Okay. So now, so the story of Puranjana is going. He has become totally subordinate. Prabhupada used the word in the previous shlokas. He has become totally subservient to his wife and children. That is the position of Puranjana. And he is thinking about them. And he is thinking, if I leave from the world, what will happen? And Prabhupada explaining the dangers of this kind of a mentality, because if we are subservient, audio is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Video is clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Yes.
Is it better than what we used to have previously?
Video is better, Prabhuji.
Video is
Video
better. Video is TV.
This is my photo.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Interesting. This is our video camera has gone for repair. This is my photo camera, which is giving you this. Okay. बीच में रुकता नहीं है, चलता रहता है.
It looks like a portrait image, Prabhuji.
Okay, now let us meditate on this. Okay? Being subservient. Actually, I thought today class is on 19th shloka, but it was yesterday's post. Okay? So anyway, doesn't matter much. So what is happening to Puranjana? He is totally absorbed. Srila Prabhupada gives that example when he decided finally to leave his home. He thought if he dies now, who will take care of his family? He was around 55-year-old at that time. So he thought Krishna will take care if I die now. So if I live, Krishna will take care. He thought in the same purpose. So we have a feeling sometimes, of some kind of a artificial feeling, that I am a maintainer. Correct? We have an artificial feeling. This is there in this very strongly. Puranjana is thinking he will take care of his wife. After it, I think he will take care of the children. It's like a ship without, which has, broken in the ocean. He's thinking like that. Is it true that we are the controllers? We are maintainers? We are not even maintaining ourselves. And this is a very big realization. Suppose somebody comes to you, say, give me shelter. Now, if you're honest, you should say, take shelter of Krishna. Because you cannot even control your own situation. Right? First, for ourselves, we are not convinced that I am dependent. We are not convinced that I am subservient to Krishna. We are not convinced of this itself. That is the problem. And in the whole Vedic culture, the Varnas are designed in a particular way. You see, the Shudra is subservient to your Vaishya, Vaishya is subservient to your Kshatriya, Kshatriya is subservient to Brahmana, and Brahmana is subservient to a Sannyasi or a Vaishnava. Correct? Why? It's logical, no? If I am in Tamoguna, I should be subservient to somebody in Rajoguna. I cannot even produce results. Now, just like in any city is today, we say that anybody can do business, correct? But no, we see some people do very well. So the other people become forced to be subservient to them. There are some people, there's one boy I know in Mangaluru, he joined a dental college. What did he join? A dental college. But he's a boy with money. So he set up a big dental clinic, and the professors of his college are working for him there. They are subservient to him. So this is very funny. So, but naturally speaking, Parashurama's activity, he killed the Kshatriyas because they refused to be subservient to the Brahmanas. In the previous time, we also saw that the church also, they killed so many so-called the scientists who were thinking, and they found that actually their conclusions are different from the Bible, but they were killed for that. The church killed them. They say you should be subservient. But if anything is artificial, it will not last. It will not stay. It is thrown away, correct? Therefore today, generally around the world, people want to keep religion and science separate. It's in our constitution also, it's an article. Article is very serious. But in a place of education, we cannot teach religion. Therefore, at ISKCON, when you go and partner with the colleges, you have to be very careful, because according to the article, the education they made it so-called, religion will not be. But they are fools actually, because end of education is Krishna, no? Vedesha sarva Veda. Through all the Vedas, finally we have to know Krishna. So you see this so interesting thing. Education is today not subservient to the Vedas, because they don't know the Vedas are much higher than the science. When we go to any school and college, they think they have come, kuch kaam to tha nahi aage. They think like, isn't it? What are the most of the professors feel in college when we come? Isko to kuch kaam nahi, phir aa gaya hai. They think like that. Honestly, truthfully, they think like that. They do not know that actually he has come with knowledge that we do not have. True. आजकल क्या होता है, किसी घर के बाहर साधु आता है तो सोचते हैं इसको तो कुछ काम नहीं है, हम इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं, पैसा कमा रहे, चलो इज अ पैरासाइट विच जस्ट कम, कुछ केले दे देते हैं, कुछ खाना दे देते हैं, ऐसा सोचते हैं ना, सोचते हैं नहीं, रेस्पेक्ट तो नहीं है ना. पहले इट वाज नॉट देयर, बिकॉज सी एनीथिंग आर्टिफिशियल विल नॉट स्टे. The saints like Shukadeva Goswami, when they used to go to a householder's house, it was only to enlighten the householders. He never became subservient to the householders, because you should be subservient to the higher consciousness. Correct? And that is why we read in the few shlokas before, Prabhupada, the woman should be subservient to the husband. And it said, unless the husband is crazy. Every rule is an exception. Unless the husband is crazy means he's breaking regulative principle, then Hare Krishna. But if he's following the regulative principles and is practicing, because for a man it's easier to be in Sattva-guna than a woman. Woman is attached. Attachment means Rajoguna. Correct? True or not? So the man should be in, because man used to go to Gurukul. He is well trained. And based on the training of the Gurukul, the man should situate himself in Sattva-guna. Now the wife, who by nature is attached, will be in Rajoguna. But by following a man in Sattva-guna, she gets the same benefit of Sattva-guna. Her tendency is for Rajoguna, but she is following a man in Sattva-guna, so she gets the same benefit as the man. Just like Srila Prabhupada, we are in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, but you are following the orders of Srila Prabhupada. Correct? You are chanting Hare Krishna. It's not an activity to be done in Tamoguna. So why you are understanding this point? Suppose it is said you are driving an aircraft. In the beginning when you are driving an aircraft, it's a very, very good example. I heard from Guru Maharaj this example. When in the beginning you are driving an aircraft, you do not have a proper experience, either you are going up or down. All of you have the experience on the lift when you are sitting. Many times it feels the lift is coming down, but actually it's still going up, only the acceleration is reduced. So you feel the lift is coming down, hai na? Dar lagta hai na? But actually lift it's going up only. But because the speed is reduced, you get a feeling as if it is coming down. So in the beginning of spiritual life, if you depend upon your feelings, you make mistakes. Hai na? In the aircraft in the beginning when he's driving, he just follows instruction. Turn right, press, because his view is I am going down, but the aircraft is still going up. Only it has reduced the speed, correct now? So if he goes by his experience, he will crash the aircraft. So what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to just listen what is told to him. Till he matures into proper understanding, correct? You understand? So same way in the beginning of spiritual life, therefore it is very important to be subservient. Because we are sadhakas. Now if you say that do we have a realization that we should follow regulative principles, we do not have. It looks very pleasurable to drink. It looks very pleasurable to do so many sinful activities. We do not have the realization, but we are subservient. We are hearing Bhagavatam because we understand here there is intelligence much bigger than me. Otherwise the whole day we are hearing our mind only. And anybody, even for half an hour, 1 hour hears Bhagavatam, he feels benefited. Why? He cultivates subservience to the Bhagavatam, which represents the law. We sit down and chant Hare Krishna, we are actually cultivating subservience to the sound vibration. That is proper hearing. Nama Prabhu, the holy name is also Prabhu, Nama Prabhu. Give me shelter, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is proper chanting. When you are reading Shastra, you should read with proper submissive attitude. And many times when we are reading with intellectual attitude. That will not bring ecstasy. That will not bring the nectar. Prabhupada said, spiritual hearing is not only intellectual hearing. It's not that we are not using our intelligence. More important, it's a submissive hearing. Suppose you are hearing an acharya, we hear submissively. If we not hear submissively, then the very principle of education will collapse. And that is why today it is very difficult to teach to people, because people are not submissive. They're challenging. Their already mind is filled up with so many nonsense. Mayavada Bhasha, Huve Sarvanasha. Because after hearing Mayavada Bhasha, they lose their submissive nature to the Lord. By nature, we see people in India, by nature, they are submissive to the Lord. They go to the holy places. We see how many people are in Ayodhya. Lakhs of people are doing parikrama. We never heard about it, correct? We know about Vrindavan parikramas, na? First time we seeing Ayodhya parikrama. So many people are walking. And they have been doing even when the temple was not. It's a culture. They are submissive. By nature they are submissive. But the Mayavadis come and confuse them. The politicians come and confuse them. There is no God, there was no God. Their work is only this. Because they are agents of Kali Yuga. So their work is to confuse people. So therefore, we can understand actually, so they're in the Varnashrama, already submissiveness was fixed. Wife will be submissive to the husband, the Shudra is submissive to the Vaishyas, Vaishya is submissive to the Kshatriya, Kshatriya is submissive to the... But overall the principle was, because if I act just like you are doing business, okay, take an example. You don't know what to do, what to purchase, where to sell, what to sell. Just follow an expert, you get your activities become to the level of the expert, correct? Even though you don't know, you're an ignorant person. Shri Radha Govinda ki jai. In the same way, what is it? In the same way, if you lead your life based on the Shastra, it becomes perfect. Even though my realizations are not to that same level, that is called subservience. But the vidhi pranipatena. What is the Shri Radha Govinda ki jai? So what is pranipatena actually? Pranipatena actually means to become subservient. And then we can understand the foolishness like what is happening to Puranjana. Puranjana is totally absorbed. And Prabhupada is saying today we see so many politicians also. They're totally absorbed in their nationality. And to win, to become get the post of the king which they desire. See, Kshatriyas means they have desire. Only Brahmana is supposed to be without any material desire. Correct? He is in advanced consciousness. And Kshatriya is allowed to maintain desire for power. Therefore, he has to be subservient to the Brahmana because that desire for power is not misused. The Prabhupada is saying in the purport, sometimes very common in the politicians, they kill opposite party. Very common. Aurangzeb killed all his brothers. So common. Today also, so many political murders happen. It's common. So if he is absorbed in the nation, oh, mera desh ka dharti, sona ugle, mera Bharat Mahan, then he is born in the same country. He has to be born in the same country, plus with the sins which he has committed. So his position is not going to be very comfortable. So similarly in the family also, we do so many activities for maintenance of the family, and we may do so many sinful activities. And if you are absorbed in the house, you are born in the same house. And sometimes because of sinful activities, we are not born even as a human being. We are born as an insect, as a lizard, as a cat in the same house. Therefore, in the Vedic culture, this was very much recommended that we protect our consciousness. Now, what happens generally, we are very, very conscious of protecting the physical necessities around us. Because we think that is most important. But actually, most important thing is the devotee is not scared of anything. He is scared of Maya. So we are generally scared of physical necessities, physical objects. मेरे पास कार है, कार डैमेज हो गई, मेरा कैमरा था, कैमरा खराब हो गया. We are just more, because these are the amenities we think which actually will help me in the future. But the future can change any time. You may not be in this body. What actually you should protect is your consciousness. And then if you go to that level, you become fearless. Because you know, if I keep protecting my consciousness, and if my consciousness is proper at the lotus feet of the Lord, if that is taken care, the rest of the things can come and go. Prajahati yada kaman sarva partha manogatan atmani evatmana tishtaha chitta pragna sauchyate. He is not. What is the shloka? Sukheshu dvigna manaha. Anybody can locate the shloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Sukheshu anudvigna manaha, Dukheshu anudvigna manaha, Sukheshu vigata spruha, Vitaraga bhaya krodha, Sitadhir munirichyate.
Again, Vitaraga has come. Taken. So, Dukheshu anudvigna manaha. By Dukha is not disturbed, and Sukheshu, what is it?
Vigata spruha.
Wow, so many scholars are there. So, we are not disturbed by Sukha and Dukha. There is one more shloka in the second chapter. Matra Sparshashu. Who knows the shloka?
No, Prabhuji. Matra
Matra
Sparsa Titosno Sukha Dukkada Agama Paina Anityam Tam Titikyasya Bharata.
Okay? So, in this world, the situation is changing, but once whose mind is fixed on Krishna's lotus feet, he tolerates, Tam Titikshasya, he tolerates, Matra Sparsha. What is the pleasures of this world? There is the interaction of senses with the sense object. And then the hallucination that makes me happy. That doesn't have anything to make you happy actually. Or real happiness comes when I become subservient to the will of Krishna. Correct? See, being subservient and being independent are two opposite things. Today, the society, the nature is to become independent. Prabhupada said, what so-called independence? India, we thought we got independence. Prabhupada said, what independence is what they are celebrating. Correct? That's foolishness. Actual independence is the consciousness becomes independent of the sense objects. That's freedom. And that is what we should work for. But unfortunately, we are not working in this direction. We are trying to be independent. And when actually we should be subservient. We should be subservient to the will of Krishna. Krishna expresses so many orders in the Bhagavad Gita, become subservient to them. And then, even though you do not know why Krishna is saying that, you benefit from that. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Manavana bhavamaktato madhyaji mam. Who knows the shloka?
Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mami vaishyasi yuktvaivam mami vaishyasi satyam te pratijani priyosi me. This comes in 18th.
Two times.
There are two.
It also comes in 9th chapter.
Yes.
This shloka, that's why people get confused. See, the line has been repeated. So now Krishna has given the order, Manamana, always think about me. Correct? He has given the order. Become subservient to that order. Because you are, if you do not become subservient to Krishna, then naturally you become subservient to the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Therefore, I always say, just like you have some time, free time you all get by Krishna's grace. Okay? In that time, voluntarily push yourself to do something for Krishna. I read about Krishna today. I'll chant Hare Krishna today. Correct? Or I'll try to convince one new person about Krishna consciousness. Or I'll try to now we are approaching slowly the marathon. The Bhagavad Gita distribution has started. So I'll distribute some Bhagavad Gitas. Okay. We have how many people with us? We have, very easily we have more than 1,000 people. It's reducing the online people because they go more getting active in their physical life. But still we have more than 1,000 people. Now, is it difficult for everybody to distribute 10 Gitas? Tell me. Is it difficult? Not difficult. Is it difficult? Even financially it is not difficult. It is not difficult even physically to 10, but It is always good to sell, but you can always give to your close friend. I want to give you a gift, yeah. What? I want to give you a Bhagavad Gita. No, I have. No, this is special. Would you like? Anybody will say, yes, okay, fine. They'll be very happy, no? What do you say? A New Year gift I want to give you. It will change your life. It changed my life. He will definitely take. And then, very important it is, Prabhupada says sometimes, what's your 3-minute preaching will do? One page, if they read in my book, their life will change. Because see what happens, it's a nature. When you have a book in front of you, there is somehow, we are subservient to something which is printed. We read with great respect. Therefore, people read the nonsense newspaper with great respect. So they're going to read a document. It's not in the air speaking. It's very difficult. Many times we have conferences, some friend was telling me, he used to tell people, please send the written document. He said the struggle. Now speaking is very easy. You can speak for 5 hours. They have to speak about chemical engineering, you speak for 5 hours. I said, write one page, you cannot write. Very difficult to write. So written things are given more respect than spoken words. Even common sense, I'm just saying. But now if we have, another thing is, they are touching the words of Prabhupada, which is not on the same platform. It's the words of pure devotee. Powerful. Powerful. Prabhupada says, words of the pure devotee touch the saffron of the lotus feet of Krishna. And if anybody hears that, even though he has no history of spiritual life, is suddenly awakened to Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we do not understand how we became, we forget that thing. How much Prabhupada books had a role in our life. Just reading few pages, I still remember, at least my experience, I was that time working in Infosys, and I used to read, I used to not go to company at all. We were reading small books. And I used to be laughing in happiness, seeing Prabhupada arguments. So much it energizes us. So how can we forget all that? Why don't we give? Okay, you don't want to give Bhagavad Gita, give some small book, but give something. Okay, I cannot give 10 Bhagavad Gita, I can always give 10 small books to somebody. Is it so? So you all make a plan, the December month, why not? Every temple they were taking a target actually. Most of the temples the target is, 5 lakh Gitas, 10 lakh Gitas, ऐसा करते हैं वो लोग. But they are well-developed temple. They have for 50 years those temples are working. We cannot imitate. But we have at least, our strength is online. So everybody can distribute 10 books. And based on their financial capacity, those who are rich can distribute 10 Bhagavatam sets. Those the poor can distribute at least 10 small books, some, teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. It doesn't cost anything. But you decide any book. Okay? Let me know because I have to order. Because suddenly I may not have a stock. In the December is the month Gita was spoken. So Gita Jayanti is celebrated in December, and many temples have already started. Okay. So let us plan for December. Okay? And you decide any book, say 10 numbers, because I can't order less than 10. There is another reason 10. I cannot send to BBT, please send me 3 of this book. I can't do that. Okay? At least 10, easier is 100 still. Because they have to, they all come in boxes. Many books are say, if you like a book, okay, you ask me, I'll tell you how much it comes in a carton. So you can order together, if not yourself together, 2-3 of you, we can give you a carton. That is easy for me to send. Okay, Bhagavad Gita 1 carton, Prabhuji, how much there? I'll tell you, it's 20 or 25. Okay, Bhagavatam, it's the one box itself. So easy for me to, otherwise I have to take out books, I have to pack, I don't have the manpower for that. We just say boxes. Prabhuji, a carton hamara second chance ka. I told you one friend is there of mine. He is distributing second chance for the last, I just met him in Bangalore, for the last 30 years. And he has a very amazing devotee. He goes every day to the, now say he goes to the offices and he just gives that book, please take this book. How much it will cost, whatever, 100 or 120 now the book costs. He said it will cost that much. And he sells 20, then he comes back to his room. And he's maintaining himself from that little 20-30 rupee profit he gets out of every book. He's maintaining from that. And it's just that. If it's 1 hour he says, he come back and start reading. If you say whole day, he takes the whole day. But just that I'll distribute, and I asked him, why do you distribute this book only? He said, I see only Ajamilas in this world. So you can have some personal realization. Like I remember one of the books which makes many devotees is Science of Self-Realization. That's a devotee making book. Perfect question, perfect answers. Another amazing book. If you're not reading, then it's a different issue. If you're reading, you will have, certain books which are very sweet, which you'll really love, which help you so much. You can really connect, that will benefit somebody. So why don't ask Prabhuji, send you one carton. Okay, na? And you keep distributing. Why only December? Whole year you distribute 5. It doesn't cost much. Small books don't cost much. 200, 300 of them will make one box. Okay? As you take big books, Bhagavad Gita, 20, 25, make one box. Okay? Based on the thickness. Or if you want economic, there are pocket-sized Gita also. But plan a carton, I think that will be good. And then I can order from Bombay. But first you send me money, because otherwise I have to take it. You send me money. I'll order from Bombay for you books. Okay, it takes generally 10 days, and marathon time they are more busy. In fact, the BBT Bombay is organized by my colleague who worked with me in Bangalore a long time, Anantita Prabhu. Same day dispatch. You give any order, same day. It's very, very well organized. Same day dispatch. So we can send the orders, and I can get and send it to you. And then you have a whole carton with you and you can distribute. Just imagine how nice it will be. You know? So become subservient to Prabhupada's desires. Become subservient. Think, I'm working in a fruitive way, isn't it? We are all working. Mostly what work we are doing is fruitive. Fruitive means the plan of the work overall is always personal enjoyment. But then you're using the fruit of the work for service to Krishna. Then your work is becoming subservient to Krishna consciousness. That gives you so much joy. Okay, I'm working, but this work has become now subservient to desires of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, I'm just working like a karmi. I'm working, I'm earning, and I'm using the money for sense enjoyment. No, my work has now become subservient to fulfilling Prabhupada desires. And a whole day meditate, Prabhupada, I want to fulfill your this desire. And now this will be a nice facility for devotees to practice Krishna consciousness. Now allow me. Let's imagine whole day the mind is absorbed. Otherwise, if the mind is just like Srila Prabhupada, beautiful mind is absorbed. My Guru Maharaj is given an impossible mission. Whole life it is subservient to the order of his Guru. Prabhupada, how do I accomplish? How do I accomplish? She's absorbed in that. The same way we can also become subservient to some desire of Srila Prabhupada. And one desire of Prabhupada was well known in whole ISKCON, that is books. Prabhupada said, give them the books. Why? Give them the knowledge. And as we have been discussing last few classes, whenever I see so many people, you also know, your children are not at all interested in Krishna consciousness today. Just think about one more generation. Think of one more generation. It's all going to go away. Correct? The danger is nobody can harm us today. Many people are worried. Oh, other religions are converting this. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. Remember this principle. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. There is no victim in this world. Nobody victim. Actually, the situation is that we are not educating our children in Krishna. We are not educating them. That's the problem. So, from the way the education becomes, the books, sometimes it does happen, we read online, but this is good for analysis, not for studies. Many people feel we don't need books. That is okay. In certain situations, you are in Saudi Arabia, books cannot be taken inside. I don't know what's the rules today, but some time ago, so you can read online. How can somebody stop you reading from mobile? Nobody can stop you. But otherwise, it is good to have books for studies. Okay? No college still has, you can read online books now. They have. If you see any college, they have books. Still books are printed. Still books are printed and people read. So let us become subservient to the scriptures. Let us become subservient to the desires of the acharyas. Let us become subservient. We are Jiva Krishna Das E Vishwash Kalle Tara Dukkhanai. If I understand I am subservient to Krishna, my pain, suffering vanishes. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasa Bhritya. It said only Krishna is the supreme, rest all are his subservient people. And Ishvara Parama Krishna is the supreme controller, all are subservient. Even Prabhupada says, the Prabhupada says in Brahma Samhita, even Lord Shiva doesn't take any independent decision. He always knows his position as subservient to the Lord. Nobody. But even what Lord Shiva doesn't try to do, what Brahma doesn't try to do, we do. It is said in the Brahma Samhita, even Lord Shiva doesn't take any independent decision. Even for destruction, he waits for the signal of the Lord. He doesn't do that unnecessarily. He waits. When Sankarsana found the Lord, wow, fire starts off, now the time for destruction. And he starts dancing and destroying the world. Even not sure, but we are, I am independent, I don't care. So we stop this stubbornness. We have this stubborn nature. And what is the stubborn nature? To be independent of the Lord. We don't care. That is what the cause of all our problems is. All our problems are because we have foolishly, the fools rush where the angels dare. That's a statement in English, something like that. What is the statement? Anybody knows this?
Fools rush where angels fear to tread.
Correct. Yeah. So similar. बोलते हैं ना वो चींटी के पर लग गए हैं. So we are also like that. We rush foolishly to our own death by becoming independent. Always it is safe, therefore, to become subservient to the holy name. That will purify your heart, and then you will become subservient to the deities. Then you will become subservient to the pastimes of the Lord, and then your success of the life is there. Your ecstatic, blissful life is waiting. Just we have to agree to give up our independent nature. The same way the Brahma says, though, Tane sata satu gatam tanuma manobi. Stay wherever you are, but become subservient to the message of the great saints. Just that's all we need. Just become subservient to the message of Srila Prabhupada. Never think I am independent of that. Then our success lies. The individual jiva consciousness, Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita introduction, should become subservient to the supreme consciousness of Krishna. And then our bliss starts. Just like a finger in my body should be subservient to my will, isn't it? If the finger is not working, go to the doctor. Doctor, this finger is not working. Hey, move. We also, the finger is not. We want the body to be subservient to our will. The same way we are part and parcel of Krishna, we should be subservient to Krishna's will. And there our happiness lies. But foolishly, we try to become independent. And Krishna knows it is foolish. And we suffer. And in our ignorance and foolishness, our obstinate independence, we are harming ourselves. Just like a child is sitting the knife and cutting himself. The same way we are also by our foolishness doing activities which will only bring us pain, which will only bring confusion and destruction. Hare Krishna everybody.
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Koti koti pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Sadhu Pranam.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna
thank you so
Prabhuji,
much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Camera is there,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Chalo,
Hare.
now let us see the deities
Hare
out of the world.
Krishna, Hare
Guruvar ka.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Prabhuji,
Krishna,
Sadhu
Hare
Pranam.
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Chalo,
Hare
please
Rama,
close
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare